Hello. Day 4, on a roll. Didn't want to miss. Was tired. Definitely feeling like vegging out instead. But I'm really excited that we have been showing up together every day in January for this new year and starting this new cycle off fresh and like the up and up. So you're keeping me accountable, and I thank you. To catch you up, if you are like, who the fuck are you? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Liz. This is our channel together, Light Love Magic. We talk about spirituality and cosmology, and we do readings, and we do intuitive predictions and whatnot. Generally, we just get mystical and occulty. But so yesterday, I just made a quick video about some tips on supercharging prayer because it was topical, because I had actually had to go over to my dad's house, my dad and my stepmom's house, and babysit my younger sister because my dad had to go to the hospital for something kind of sudden and mysterious that popped up. And so I went over there to babysit my younger sister, and she made me this necklace, and her name's Cora, and she put a pizza decal on the bead because we were having a pizza that night. So she pays attention to detail. So anyway, while I was there, I thought it would be valuable to note all the different ways that I was using prayer and prayer techniques that I had learned and kind of curated through different studies and things that I've stumbled upon that I think are really effective and that have worked for me a lot. And so so that's what we talked about yesterday. Well, today I went back again and was babysitting again today, this afternoon. And I feel like they have them stabilized. I don't want to say too much detail because I think that what words we put out and the fact that they're repeating over and over again, that has energy and that has weight, and but also the fact that, HIPAA, privacy. But so my dad got sick suddenly, and he went to go get it checked out because it was causing some dysrhythmia in his heart. And so it was all really weird and mysterious, and nobody knew why it was like had come on or whatever. So he went to the hospital, and today we found out more. But the point of this video today is to talk about listening to those little intuitive hits that come up and like communicating them when we need to communicate. Oh, Gemini, the new moon Gemini card was our card for this month, communication. But we need to communicate those things. Sometimes check in, because sometimes it's like not the right time, or it's not appropriate to communicate it or whatever. But in this situation, I thought it was, and I followed it. And so this is why, so I'll tell you more. Oh, also the other day, I had an intuitive hit to mention the whole Moonology cards, and the woman Yasmin Boland, who is a Hay House author, and if you're on their email list, you get updated about like her moon workshops and stuff. And I got an email about one today coming up through Hay House that she's putting on a new moon manifestation workshop. I think it's like $69 or whatever. So if you're interested in that, it was like just came up in my email, and I was like, oh my god, like we were just talking about that. But I don't have any affiliation set up or anything yet, but just go take it if you want and you're interested in that. But so anyway, so that was an intuitive thing that helped. But unrelated, the related one was that, so I was talking to my my dad's wife, and I just kept asking like questions about like, how did he get, like, what was the sickness, like, or how did he come down with the illness, or what were the circumstances leading up to it. And it's like she kept kind of answering, but like not like it, like for some reason it wasn't satisfying me, and I kept asking and kept probing, and like I just kept, something was compelling me to like just keep asking, and I didn't even know how to phrase what to ask for, because I didn't know what I needed to hear, but I was just like, there's something missing. They're like, what was it? Like there was something, I felt like there was some clue. And so I even felt myself, it was so awkward. I was just like, I was almost to the point of like rudeness. It was just like, so, and then I just kept asking kind of the same question, and almost like they do an interrogation, and she just keep answering the same. And I was like, no, but like, and I just kept going, and I was like outside of myself looking in going like, oh my God, stop. It's so awkward. And I'm like, I gotta stop. I can't. I'm not under control of it. So finally she said something that opened up and clicked with me. She said he wasn't feeling good, and he thought he had a virus, and it wasn't COVID, and got tested, and so it was something else, and he didn't feel good, and then he started getting like hiccups, like really bad hiccups, persistent hiccups. And I was like, oh my God. In high school he got sick. He had an infection because of a mishap during surgery. There was something with the catheter, and it caused urine to seep out into his blood system, or into his bloodstream, and it gave him like toxic shock or sepsis or something. I can't remember exactly what, but it was something like that. And so this odd symptom that he had because of it was like this violent, persistent, compulsive hiccuping for like days. And it was like he had to have like a medication for the hiccups, because it was like beating him up. It's like exhausting, like his throat was raw. But yeah, I remember it was so weird that I was like, oh my God. And so I told her about that, and they were like, oh, that's really weird and interesting. I will let somebody know. And as it turns out, they were like, oh, he does have like a very severe urinary tract thing, and he has a septic infection, like a bacterial infection in his body, and they don't know where it's coming from or where it's originated, or if the urinary tract thing is as a result of it or the cause. But anyway, that weird intuitive, sometimes intuition is like, hey, but then sometimes it's just like, and that's what it was more like. It was more just like, and I didn't know what I was supposed to be asking, and I just kept having this urge to keep asking the same question over and over again, like a freak. So awkward, so rude, so no couth, like couthless boob. But it resulted in that weird thing, that like that weird detail that she just happened to be like, yeah, and then he got hiccups, and it was really weird, and she probably wouldn't have thought to tell me. So yeah, just always follow those intuitive hunches. There have been times where I thought that I shouldn't have, I was like, ooh, I probably shouldn't drop this friend off that late at this apartment complex, and then ended up getting held up at gunpoint, and then following the intuitive hunch to scream and honk the horn, and they freaked out and left. And so it was like, you just never know if it's going to be bring your umbrella or life-saving. There have been times on the interstate where we were driving, somebody else was driving me, and I was just riding, or maybe I was driving, and I had weird anxiety that I couldn't pinpoint, but then moments later we had missed a wreck, or saw one happen that we would, it was just, and we were like, oh, okay, maybe that was the anxiety or whatever. So it's just very valuable to pay attention to those your body signals. You have physical signals. Sometimes I'll get tension in my chest. I'll have physical anxiety, and I'm like, what is this? Or I'll have a sickness in my stomach. It'll just be a pull, or a sinking stomach, or sometimes if I have an intuition that something exciting is happening, something big is brewing, I will have excited feelings, butterflies stirring in my solar plexus. So I'm sorry. I'm so foggy today and burnout, and I have a constellation of zits, and I've been trying to get caught up on some work from my COVID brain fog from when I've been down, and I need to do all kinds of housework right now. So, but I'm here. I showed up. Ooh, and I should pull us a Gabrielle Bernstein card. 1 second. Let me run over to my little card cabinet. Oh no, they're out. every week I have my weekly spread that I do for myself, and I use like 9 decks, and I use the last 3 cards are my little funsy ones, and I always use Gabrielle's 3 decks. This one's The Universe Has Your Back, but I think there's one called Super Attractor is my the purple box one, and then there's one called Spirit Junkie Oracle. It's really good, but it's they just have like pieces of text from her books, so it's like the message is on the card, which is like, it's just nice and fun. So yeah, let's pull a card together. What is our card to get us through the next 24 48 hours? How does the universe have our back? How are we going to best co-create with the universe and know securely that the universe has our back? I am the dreamer of my dream. I am the dreamer of my dream. Meaning, we can choose our thoughts. We can decide what goes on in our mental landscape. We can choose our attitude. We can choose our perception. Sometimes it's involuntary, but we can catch it, and we can choose differently. Also, I am the dreamer of my dream life, and I can dream that into being, and I can dream about it and get clear on my vision, and I can put, that dream into action. And, when I dream and I strategize and I plot it out, and I can take steps, and I can make my dream come true. And then I will be living my dream life. That's what we're all doing this year. We're building our dream life, the one that is the life of our dreams. And then we will be the dreamer of our dream, and we'll be the liver of our dreams. But yeah, you are the dreamer. I am the dreamer of my dreams. I choose the consciousness that I want to live in. And that is usually a consciousness built on certainty and happiness and joy and love and goodness. And sometimes, we can lapse. Like, I've been feeling so tired and just puny and like defensive and like trying to like be self-preservation and like selfish and be a baby over here. But it's weird because spending this time with Cora is like it's this moment where I almost get to spend my time with myself as a child, as a child of my parent. It's so weird to watch that kind of like happen again, and watch my dad now interact with like a young kid, and it's almost like watching it like replay or something, but it's not the same. And so it was weird. So being, babysitting her, I've never really been a big babysitter, and I'm a good aunt, but like, yeah, I'm not usually in charge of children a bunch. It's not that no one trusts me with them. It just doesn't usually end up like happening. And so it was interesting being in the situation where, I'm dealing with like a little girl, and I'm trying to be conscious of her feelings and conscious of her perception, but also conscious of the fact that like kids push boundaries. So you have to set boundaries, you have to be direct, and you have to like encourage them to like try things and not worry if they mess up. And you have to be really conscious and present. And so it's weird. It's like a chance for you to go back and like sort of like confront your inner child and heal the inner child and be the parent that you didn't get to be. And like, I don't have kids, so like this is the only time I interact with like children, is when I'm kind of watching them. So, or, when I'm hanging out with family. But yeah, so it's like, I don't know what it's like to be a parent. I can only imagine, and I can imagine that it's tiring and frustrating and stuff, but I don't have direct experience with it unless I'm babysitting. And so it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like you're trying to like make them feel important, but also study for something that you have to have a test on soon, and do all your adult business and work, and still try not to like scar this child for life. So it's like gives you more compassion for your parents, and then you're doing your best to see like what kind of like caretaker or person that you could be in that moment. And it's, you have compassion because it's challenging. You have to catch yourself if you're snippy, and whatever, try to communicate and in a open and loving and warm way, but then firm, but then not like emotionally charged. Help them feel stable, but like, I don't know. There's so much, so nuanced. So it was a tiring afternoon just trying to make sure I didn't scar anybody for life, or, you know, I set a good example, and like we addressed some of the societal messaging around perfectionism. I think we had a real breakthrough about that today. When she was playing her checklist game next to me while I was working on something I had to study, and she was real bent out of shape about something she didn't get right, and I was like, you know, we just have to let that go, and that's a pitfall of perfectionism, and you are worthy anyway. So we tried to reinforce good beliefs. So yeah, dreamer of your dream. Sorry today was such a shit video, but I think we had some good moments. I'll do better next time, maybe. I'll get on my game soon. I'm just like, I'm such like a unraveling frazzle dazzle. I'm going insane. I'm so tired. I'm like just getting over being sick, and my adrenals are still petering out. And so I'm trying to hang on and be helpful here. It takes a village. All right, love y'all. Good night. Bye.